Hello, everybody. Back in town. So for this delayed SmackDown review, uh, wanted to take this in as I was back home here on this Father's Day. Had a great time over the weekend with some friends at BG, but back here to review SmackDown. And here we go. Things I like, things I didn't like. Reaction time. We'll start with the positives, and we'll start with John Cena. John Cena is on a roll right now. I think John Cena right now is doing the best work of his career. He's a very much an over the top heel now. Like, it's very cartoonish, but that's John Cena. So everything John Cena does is very cartoonish. But the opening promo I thought was really impressive. Talking about all the pieces and finally we're getting hints of the story and everything being put together. We'll talk on the main show next week about what he said and if all of it made sense. But him addressing all of those things, why he entered the Royal Rumble as opposed to, taking another path. Why he announced his retirement tour 6 months early before it happened so he could scout his opponents. Why entering the Elimination Chamber made sense. How he beat Cody. How he beat Randy. How he teamed up. And why he teamed up with Logan Paul. Why he's going to intends on beating CM Punk. Why Seth Rollins will not cash in on John Cena. He put all the pieces, at least in his eyes, he put it all together. And man, your mind starts to tick, right? Because you understand, holy smokes, it is Father's Day weekend. Time is almost out. And will anybody get John Cena? Anybody will take his title? We'll see. As far as his feud with Punk, I'm going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later in this video. Number 2, creative finish to the Alexa Bliss Charlotte Flair Money in the Bank qualifier. We've seen so many wrestling matches, time and overtime. Is what we do. We watch every single week, and sometimes a finish surprises you. So Charlotte is connected with the figure 8, which is always very impressive. Connects with the figure 8. Meanwhile, Alexa Bliss on the other end, Sister Abigail, gets the pinfall, directly looks at Charlotte as Alexa Bliss gets ready to move on in the Queen of the Ring tournament. And yeah, that was one of those finishes where I'm like, wow, that was really good as far as storyline telling, to continue conflict between Bliss and Flair. And we don't know if ultimately it's going to lead to a matchup or those two teaming up. But Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, those two ladies, it's turning into one of the stronger feuds on SmackDown and across the board. Maybe Charlotte Flair doesn't work anymore putting over younger talent. Maybe that's not her calling card anymore. But this feud with Alexa Bliss, pretty compelling stuff we have so far. And for a SmackDown that's 3 hours long, I'll say this, as somebody who watched the tape version, the DVR version, and of course, you're fast forward to the commercials, and I do fast forward through the side-by-side commercials too, because I need to hear the commentary. I need to hear all the stuff that's going on. So yeah, I do fast forward through the side-by-side ads. But the first 90 minutes flew. I thought, again, with the renewed focus, John Cena setting the tone at the beginning of the show, and then Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton stating their case. I thought LA Knight had a pretty good response as well on his end. The crazy thing with LA Knight, at first glance, he may not impress you when he cuts a promo, but he delivers a line in there sometimes that's like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to stop. Talking about the establishment. It's like, dude, he can't win the WWE Championship. But, yeah, the first 90 minutes, of course, with the qualifying matches, some of the promos in the back, they all flew. In my opinion, though, I think the show stopped from the television viewing perspective. I'm not feeling this tag team. Division versus Wyatt Six story at all. Like, at all. To be honest, I hate it. I don't understand why the whole premise of competition is you trying to prove that you're the best. And now all of a sudden, the entire tag team division, which has been fighting like this for basically a year plus, all of a sudden, oh crap, the Wyatt Six, who are, by the way, they're barely on television, all of a sudden they can threaten every. It doesn't make sense to me at all why the tag team division should team up to take down the Wyatt Six. What has the Wyatt Six done lately to prove that these tag teams who hate each other should all of a sudden bond and all of a sudden, team up so they can take down the Wyatt Six? I think the story is stupid. I think it sucks. I don't like it at all. I get the premise. We got to get the Wyatt Six back on TV, but it's the freaking Wyatt. There are creative ways to do that, and I have to say, Vince McMahon had no idea really what to do with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts, and Triple H has the Wyatt Six. A lot of people were excited, and I don't think he knows what to do with these guys. And this is their last opportunity, the Wyatt Six as a group. And now they're putting this story together of, they're going to probably beat all the tag teams. Probably going to face the Street Profits or something, coming up. Maybe Saturday night's main event if you're looking at timing. But yeah, I'm not feeling this Wyatt Six story at all. And for me, it's now or never for the Wyatt Six as a group. If you can't make this group work, if you can't make them work, again, from the television perspective, in the arena, they're going to light up their phones. But if you can't make this work, you got to break it up. Break it up. And if you break it up, some of those people in that group are going to be sent packing. But if you can't make this work as a group, make Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, just make them a single star. Get somebody else, add more firepower to your upper mid-card main event scene. Make him a single star, Uncle Howdy. Nikki Cross is still very talented. Put her as a single star in the women's division. And then everybody else, whoever you think has potential, Joe Gacy, cool, singles act. But if you can't make this work, forget about it. So, if you can't tell, not a fan at all of this Wyatt Six feud. As far as another thing that I didn't really like, it's still R-Truth. You have a perfect, marketing-wise, you had a perfect opportunity with Ron Killings. Perfect opportunity with Ron Killings. Ron Killings is money right now. R-Truth is that person we've been seeing for the past 15 years that is not drawing the house. Ron Killings is drawing the house. The main event next week should be John Cena versus Ron Killings. It should not be John Cena versus R-Truth. So this again tells me that they're half in, half out. And I have a weird feeling that we'll never get a true reveal of why this Ron Killings character, because I'm treating him as a character, even though it's just a real name, it's going to slowly revert back to R-Truth. R-Truth doesn't draw money. Ron Killings draws money, and I think it's a terrible mistake advertising Cena Truth next week as opposed to Cena Ron Killings. And then my last thing, let's see what happens. This is, Cena Punk right now, because the expectations are so high, they're not hitting it at this current moment. A big part of it, in my opinion, is because CM Punk has not won enough big matches. So my belief that CM Punk's actually going to win this championship is very low. Very low. So it seems to me, when you're talking about stakes, you're talking about Cena Punk, their history, it seems a bit heartless right now. And that's what I'm thinking. It's just they're saying the right things. CM Punk cut a technically sound promo. Again, by his standards, it's still an elite level. So we could still rate the promo as, all right, pretty good. And I heard what Kyle said. Yeah, he fumbled a little bit at the beginning. Kind of lost the way with the promo. I agree with that. But a CM Punk quality promo is spot on. It just doesn't seem like this feud right now, the heart is there. And I think because of that, because Punk hasn't won, because Cena, the whole heel turn, it's weird right now. They're at a weird spot. But it's still a couple weeks ago to build some interest. And also, some CM Punk fans are upset that he's fighting in Saudi Arabia. So, all right, we'll see you next time.